Blue Lock's characters all possess unique weapons and playstyles specific to each player, but what is each player truly able to do with the weapons in their arsenal? Well, that's what I'll be going over in this series called Blue Lock Arsenal. For today's video, I'm going to be covering Michael Kaiser, his playstyle, and the weapons in his arsenal. Thanks to the reveal in chapter 259, I can finally, after months of requests, make this Kaiser arsenal video. Now, like all of my videos, I'm going to leave a spoiler warning for chapter 259 as well as the events prior, so if you are not caught up to chapter 259 of the Blue Lock manga, I would suggest clicking off this video because there will be spoilers. Now, to begin, the first thing that we need to address is Kaiser's playstyle, that being the clinical finisher. Clinical finishers are forwards that specialize in their accurate shooting ability. They are clinical in that they need very few opportunities in order to score a goal, being able to strike and place the ball exactly where it will beat the goalkeeper. They're usually easily identifiable by their high goal to shot ratio. Clinical finishers usually play as center forwards, however other attacking players can often be said to be clinical finishers as well. With an omnipotent vision, high football IQ, the fastest kick speed in the world, and a powerful shot to match, Kaiser is the ace scorer for Bayern München. Kaiser is easily able to get into an ideal scoring position, receive any kind of pass, and create space for himself when pressured by the opposition to score effortless and illogical goals. Kaiser is regarded as a genius even amongst the rest of the professionals in the world of football, as he is the main striker for one of the best teams in the world. His skills are highly respected by teammates, opposing clubs, club owners, investors, and even the best striker in the world. His skill and technique is so high that prior to the NEL, all of Bayern München's plays were formulated around Kaiser's scoring ability. His skills are some of the most impressive even amongst the U20 members, placing him in the new generation World 11. But now that we've addressed Kaiser's playstyle, let's take a look at his core weapons. Kaiser's first core weapon is called Rapid Swing Speed, first shown in chapter 156 of the manga. Kaiser naturally possesses the fastest kicking swing in the world, which allows for him to shoot the ball at very fast intervals, a term to describe a situation in which the player does not currently have possession of the ball. Kaiser uses these moments to position himself where he can always receive a pass, whether in his opponent's or teammate's blind spot. When marked by a defender, Kaiser always runs towards the course most troublesome to his opposition, and then immediately steps in the opposite direction of their center of gravity to bypass them, finding an open position for himself. Now, what you may not realize is that there's no other player in the series who uses off-the-ball movements in the same way as Kaiser, except for Isagi. Even Otoya, whose main weapon is off-the-ball movements and blind spot extortion, doesn't use the skill in the same way that Isagi or Kaiser does. So that's honestly a really cool comparison between Kaiser and Isagi that you may not have noticed. His next core weapon is called Metavision, first shown in chapter 181 of the manga. Metavision is a term used to describe a player's evolved vision that gives him an omnipotent perspective of the field. Using his eyes to constantly take in information from his central and peripheral vision, Kaiser constantly collects data on every player that they make, and their positions on the pitch. Mixed with his high football IQ, Kaiser is able to interpret that data and use it to heighten every move that he makes to unpredictable levels and find opportunities before others can. This ability even escapes the logic of even the most highly advanced football players, such as Isagi in some instances. Mixed with his other abilities, Kaiser is able to dominate the field, creating illogical opportunities born from his vision. Now, Isagi adopted Metavision after observing Kaiser's plays in the Manchan City match, but during that same match, as well as the Ubers match, Kaiser was able to out-metadate Isagi's Metavision. However, in the most recent match against PXG, it's essentially been confirmed that Kaiser's Metavision is now inferior to Isagi's, seeing as Kaiser was unable to predict what Isagi was going to do, which led Isagi to a goal. And before you say anything, yes, this does confirm that Kaiser's Metavision is worse than Isagi's, since he would have been able to use Meta Burst Point in the same way that Isagi can. But because he was unable to predict Isagi, that shows that his Metavision Predator Eye, this confirms that his Predator Eye is different than Baro's. While Baro uses Predator Eye to maintain focus on the goalkeeper in order to mess up their timing, Kaiser appears to use it to focus on the goal itself and identify any weak points that may be available, given the opposing defender's coverage. This is honestly super important to know, as it basically shows that Predator Eye can be used in different ways and could also transition into a development for Baro going into the next arc. Now, when referring to evolved skills, Kaiser does have one single evolved skill that has many different variations. That skill would be the Kaiser Impact, a combination of rapid swing speed, Metavision, and Predator Eye, first shown in chapter 159 of the manga. With the fastest kick swing speed in the world, Kaiser uses his God-given talent to make a volley shot that is so fast that most people aren't even able to track the ball as it flies into the net. When used in tandem with Metavision and Predator Eye, Kaiser is able to fearlessly score near impossible shots with near extreme accuracy. His shot has the speed and power to pass by the heads of 5 defenders and the goalkeeper with pinpoint accuracy as it flies into the net. Now, what you may not know about the Kaiser Impact is that its original scoring formula did not include Metavision. We see in the flashback with Ness, Kaiser only uses Predator Eye in their tryouts for Bastard, meaning the original formula did not include Metavision at all and was only later adapted into this scoring formula in order to increase its effectiveness. The standard Kaiser Impact is a shot that traditionally focuses on speed and power, as those qualities of his shot tend to keep them very accurate when executing. However, the Kaiser Impact's variations all function slightly differently as opposed to the traditional one. The first variation is known as Kaiser Impact Benches, or Kaiser Impact Bounding, first shown in chapter 220 of the manga. While in midair, Kaiser uses the Kaiser Impact in the form of a bicycle kick. The ball then nutmegs under a defender, bouncing off the ground and landing in the goal without losing any speed. Now the defender's legs, as this would make the shot more difficult to block, as it appears to the goalkeeper that the defender is going to block it. The next variation is known as Kaiser Impact Instant Kill Lightning Strike, first shown in chapter 232 of the manga. Kaiser dribbles the ball forward, immediately taking a one-step cut to the side before shooting. This allows for him to temporarily throw off the defender's timing, giving him an opening. The reason it's given the name Lightning Strike is simply due to his movements on the pitch, which when you look at them, appear to be in the shape of a lightning bolt. But now for the new weapon that was most recently revealed in the latest chapter, we have Kaiser Impact Magnus, first shown in chapter 259 of the manga. Unlike the regular Kaiser Impact where he prioritizes kicking the ball straight, Kaiser will put some spin on the ball, making it curve while intentionally using the air valve to guide the ball towards the goal. For this shot to work, Kaiser needs to determine exactly where to strike the ball to up its accuracy to a level on par with the regular Kaiser Impact. During Bastard's match against PXG, Kaiser had attempted the shot, but due to being surrounded by 5 defenders and not putting enough spin on the ball, the shot completely missed the net. Now Kaiser also utilizes a principle known as the Magnus effect in order to shoot effectively. And what's interesting is that he actually explains the principle in this chapter, so if you're curious as to how it works, he explains it pretty well. To summarize what he said, by using air pressure and an adjusted kicking point, Kaiser can add curve to the Kaiser Impact while maintaining the same velocity and power. Now Kaiser has 2 other Kaiser Impact variations that aren't coined in the official wiki. The first of the 2 is Kaiser Impact Point, first shown in chapter 250 of the manga. Now the reason that this style is technically not registered as a unique shooting style for the Kaiser Impact is because we never actually get to see it be performed as Rain intervened. From what we see, Point appears to be similar to Lightning Strike. However, as opposed to taking a step to the side, he simply moves the ball to the side of 2 defenders before striking it. Now the difference is very slight, but because of how similar they are, and because we didn't actually get to see the kick performed, that may be the reason why it's not classified as a unique shooting style. Now there is another variation that has been coined as well, and that was shown during the Barca match, which I'm going to be calling Kaiser Impact Volley, first shown in chapter 162 of the manga. Now what's unique about this shot is that aside from bounding, this is the only time we see Kaiser use the Kaiser Impact without landing on the ground. My reasoning for this being counted as a unique variation is due to the fact that aside from now not being on the ground, Kaiser uses his entire body in his swing here, producing a Kaiser Impact with more speed than his standard one. But that is all of the abilities and weapons in Kaiser's arsenal as of right now in the story. Thanks to his new weapon finally being revealed, I'm glad I got to make this video after months of requests for it. Now if you aren't aware, there will not be a new Blue Lock chapter next week, nor will there be any Shonen manga chapter next week, due to a holiday in Japan known as Golden Week. So unfortunately, we are going to have to wait a week to see what happens next, but I hope you guys are as excited for what's going to happen next as I am. For the question of the video, do you think that Kaiser is going to master the Magnus variation during this match? Leave me your thoughts down below. And the next video I have coming out next week is going to be a very unique one, so I hope you guys are excited for that. But like always, thank you all for watching, like and subscribe for more content just like this.
Keep up with me now. Keep up.